All right, welcome to Maple Grove. As One Way will take on EuroAmerican for this little 11-15 game. Wagner to face off. Puck drops. Sent back over to Charlotte. Charlotte passes it up over to Emma. Emma brings it into the zone. Fires one there, blocked by their goalie. Puck comes back to Charlotte. And EuroAmerica pushing it up ice. As Hefner goes back for it. Sends it around over to Jansky. Now Hefner pushing it forward. It's going to come back out to their point. Charlotte with it now. Behind Peterson. There's a shot there. just a bit outside. Now Hepner trying to clear it out of there. She's pinched along the boards. And now Jansky grabs the puck. She takes off, tries to send it out to Emma. Pass was a little off, but Emma grabs the puck there yet. As Hepner skates over, trying to push that puck through. Now it goes over to, who was that? Might have been Sydney. And now the goalie's going to cover up the puck. And we get a whistle. 13:38 left in this first period of play. As Sydney faces off, puck comes over to Addison, or Addie. Go over to Sid. Sid comes out front, sends it out to Addie. Addie tries to fire one down, deflected off the shin pad of a Euro. And the puck's going to sneak out to neutral ice. Comes up, takes a shot there, blocked by Peterson. Puck out front, still loose. As Peterson stops that one. Now comes out as Sid grabs the puck. Here she comes up the ice. Makes a move around one, comes up to the front, takes a shot just a bit outside. Rebounded. Now out to Addie. Addie fires one down, tipped down by a Euro player. As here they come up the ice. And they'll get icing with 12:34 left in Z first. Wagner to face off. Puck comes out. Soph with it behind the net. Now back over to Wagner. Picked up by Layla. Layla's going to skate out of the zone. Loses the puck. As Charlotte decides to get that puck out of the zone. Layla grabs it, fires it down, and that will be icing. 12 minutes right on the Nuggets left in this first period. Wagner to face off. Puck drops. Soph tries to take off with it. Puck gets knocked back down as Charlotte's going to grab it. Sends it over to Wagner, or to Hepner. Hepner up to Soph. Soph uses the boards, pushes it forward. As Euro grabs the puck, now gets it over to Wagner. Wagner using the boards, trying to get it down further, but Euro grabs the puck back, now stolen away by Layla. Layla comes up, makes a move, tries to get a shot off just a bit outside. Another centering pass, puck goes across ice. Layla's going to try and grab it, as Euro is going to come up with it. And there's a collision. As Hepner trying to get that puck out from behind the net. Now pushes it up to Wagner. Wagner sends it across ice. Over to Layla. And the Euro's going to grab the puck away. Maddie sending it down. Now picked off by Sid. Sid takes a shot just a bit outside. Rebounded by Jansky. He'll try and send it out to Addie. Now picked off by Euro. Then Sid grabs the puck back. Sent back over to Maddie. Now over to Addie. Up to Emma. And down into the zone it goes. And we'll get a whistle. As Emma's going to go to the sin bin. That was like illegal checking or something. I don't know. But we'll be on a penalty kill here in the first period of play. Puck out in front. Peterson goes to cover, and we get a whistle. Wagner to face off. Pushes the puck forward. Now back out as they'll send the puck down past Emery to chase. She's going to grab the puck, comes up, stops, redirects, sends it out to Maddie. Maddie's going to send one down, has it deflected now in front to Wagner. Wagner with it now, looking for that centering pass as the puck's going to come back out to Maddie. Maddie steps up, sends it back down into Wagner. Now she's going to get the puck back, sends it back down into the corner. Nice job keeping the puck down at this end on shorthand by one way. But here comes Euro up the ice. Tapped away there by Maddie. Puck into the corner. Now out to the point. Point tries to fire one down. Up into the air it goes. Goes for a centering pass as Maddie's going to pick that off. Trying to send it out of the zone, but Euro's able to keep it in. They're going to fire one down. Stopped by Peterson. Another shot there. Rebounded and stopped by Peterson. 9:01 left in the first period. 43 seconds left on the penalty kill. As Sid comes in to face off. Puck drop. Puck sent down. Tipped over by Charlotte. Charlotte trying to get clear of that puck out of there. Goes for the centering pass. Tipped over. Just a bit outside as Peterson was ready for that one. Now Tepner grabs it, turns, sends it out. Ellie to chase. And that one's going to slide all the way down into our zone. Stolen away. Here it comes as Sid has the puck. Goes into the corner. Ref gets in the way. Zero trying to clear it out of the zone, but Ellie's right there to try and keep it in. And we're back to full strength. Ruck comes in, steals it away, grabs the puck, goes for a centering pass. Gets the puck back, goes for another set. Pass to Ellie. That one just a bit outside. Now Wagner comes in, grabs the puck. Centering pass broken up by Euro. Wagner gets it back, fires one down. Glove saved by their goalie. 7:52 left in the first. Here in Maple Grove. As the puck drop comes back to Maddie. She fires one down, deflected. Maddie will race for the puck back here. She grabs it. Tries to get it over to Maddie. The Euro team is right there, though. Trying to backhand one in. Maddie pushes against the boards. Pinches in there. Maddie comes out with it. Sends it out to Soph. And they're going to try battling it out there. And Wagner's going to come out with it. She pushes it out to neutral ice. Now to Soph. Soph sends it down into the zone. Puck back out to neutral ice as Addie grabs it. Tries to get it up to Soph. Soph trying to push it down into the zone. As Euro grabs the puck, now comes into the zone. Skates between two players. Backhands one in. Buzzes the front of the tower. Now Maddie along the boards. Gets it over to Soph. Soph trying to push it out of the zone. And Euro sends it back in. Puck comes across over to Layla. She'll bring it out to neutral ice. Now brings it across, sends it down into the zone. Does a Superman at center ice. As Hefner skates in, trying to keep that puck in the zone. Now here she comes back. Euro sends a shot, stopped by Peterson, rebounded by Charlotte. Out to Jansky, Jansky to Emma. Emma's trying to push that puck through. Gets out to center ice. Now comes into the zone. And here they come in for the attack. Emma, centering pass, shot, blocked. Puck loose. Comes out. Euro's going to bring it out of the ice or out of the zone. Now to neutral ice. Comes back in. Hepner gets a stick in on it. Knocks it out of the zone. Euro trying to set it up as Emma gets a stick in on there, and we're going to get called for a tripping penalty. Emma's going to go to the sin bin again. She just left there. Her seat's probably still warm. So that'll put us on a penalty kill with 5:30 left in the first. Puck drop comes to the far side here, or inside here. Now out to Euro from their point. Fires one down, blocked by Peterson. Another centering pass. Comes back to their point. Now sent down into the corner. As Charlotte comes in, trying to deflect it out of there. Another shot there, stopped by Peterson, covered. And they get a whistle. 5:09 left. Minute 39 left in the penalty kill. As the puck drops, goes towards the boards. Their point, fires one down. As Hepner trying to clear it out of the zone. Puck goes down and around. Back behind the net. As Charlotte pinches along the boards. Now comes back to Hepner. Ice it, Clara. Puck along the boards. Jansky pinches. Hepner grabs it, trying to push it out of the zone. Comes back to their point. Now Wagner getting in there with her stick. Hepner knocks it towards center ice. And here they come back into their zone. Stolen away there by Charlotte. Picked up by Wagner. 49 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. As Martinka and Wagner tying up along the boards there. Puck comes out to Jansky. She's going to bring it into the zone. Comes out, takes a shot, blocked by their goalie. 25 seconds left on the penalty kill. They're going to send it down, and that's going to be icing with 3:52 left in the first. 22 seconds left on the penalty kill. Still 2 eggs for a score. As Sid comes out with the puck. As it's stolen away by Euro, here they come up the ice. Brooke races back for it. Broken up there by Peterson. Now Sid's going to take off with it here down the ice. Here she comes. Trying to get position. Comes up, takes a shot, blocked. Almost gets the rebound there for Brooke. 2 seconds left on the penalty kill. Sid with the face-off. We're back to full strength. As Ellie checks on. Puck comes down to this end. Addie with it now. Uses the boards, gets it over to Brooke. Brooke over to Sid. Sid's going to bring it into the zone. Comes across one player, takes a shot. Blocked by their goalie and covered, and we get a whistle. .3:13 left in the first. Sid to face off. Goes into Ellie. Ellie turns, shot, blocked. Puck's loose, comes out. Euro grabs it. Sends it out of the zone, picked up by Maddie. Maddie sends it to Brooke. Brooke over to Ellie. Ellie with it in the corner. Looking for that centering pass. It was there. It was there. Brooke got tied up with the other Euro player. And now we're going to get a penalty. Nope. Offsides. No penalty. Offsides. Just kidding. As Wagner faces off, puck does a pirouette here at the middle of the ice. Charlotte with it along the boards here. Comes back to to Hepner. Charlotte's going to grab it. She's looking for some options. Turns. Ref gets in the way. Layla sends a pass over to Wagner. Wagner over to Soph. Nice pass there by Wagner to Sophie. Sophie comes in, tries to send it back over to Wagner. She gets her pass back. Comes out front, tries for a shot. Blocked. Rebounded. Puck's loose. Hepner, shot, blocked. Picked up by Wagner. Now Euro. And Soph's going to grab it. Sends it back here to Charlotte. Charlotte sends it up down ice, and we're going to get icing with 1:50 left. Sid to face off. Tied up in the middle. Shot there, blocked by Peterson. There's the centering pass, goes over to Addie. Addie's trying to send it up to Jansky, has it intercepted there by Euro. Now Jansky backhands it out, and Euro's going to grab the puck. Now Emma grabs the puck back, fires it across over to Jansky. Jansky's got some open ice, takes a shot and in. One way with the lead as Jansky gets the first goal of the game. Which means now we have to stop at Starbucks. And here she goes again. Tries to get a shot up, has it blocked. Stepped up by Maddie. Maddie to Emma. Emma takes a shot, deflected. Rebounded by Sid. Sid down into the corner to Jansky. Jansky to Emma. Deflected. It's going to come out to center ice. And Addie's going to grab it in the back ice. Turns. Over to Emma. Emma turns, tries to send it up to Sid. Sid gets taken down. Now over to Jansky. Euro steals it away. Now here they come into their zone. Fires just a bit outside. Puck sent over to Jansky. Here she comes into the zone. Shoots just a bit outside. 26 seconds remaining. Stolen away there by Wagner. Wagner comes into the zone. Takes a shot. Deflected. Puck up into the air. Comes back. Gets her own rebound. Has it along the boards. 11 seconds remaining. Ellie grabs it. Looking for that centering pass. Euro steals it away, and they're going to fire it down to the opposite end, and that's going to be icing with about 2.5 seconds left. All right, we pulled our goalie for this 2.5 seconds left, trying to get that shot off. Puck comes up, shot, blocked, and we get a whistle. End of the period. It almost came out like we wanted it to, it looks like. And we'll take a break here and be back for second period of play. All right, we're going to start this second period of play off. Puck comes out. Now down to the end as Euro trying to clear the puck out of there. Stolen away by Maddie. Maddie taps it down into the zone. Over to Wagner. Wagner to Brooke. Brooke trying for that centering pass. There's a trip. Wagner getting the puck back. Does a do-si-do. Comes in the front. Oh, Brooke was there for it. Tries to get that shot off. And now covered by their goalie. Sid with the face-off. Tied up. Layla comes in, knocks the puck into the far side. Uses the board, sends it back down into the zone. Sid grabbing the puck back. Skates up front, takes a shot, blocked. Rebounded by Euro. Puck comes back over to Layla. She fires one down off the skate of a Euro player into the boards. Now picked up by Sid. Sid sends it across over to Maddie. Maddie turns, fires one down. Oh! Soph was there for it. Layla with it now. Centering pass to Sid. Sid out front, takes a shot. And blocked by their goalie and covered. 13:30 left in the second. That was definitely a good run there for one way. Puck drop, comes out. Soph tries to send it back. Has it picked off. Now back to Charlotte. Charlotte turns, tries to send it out. As Hepner tapping that one. Here comes Euro up the ice, takes a shot. Just a bit outside. Layla sends it across over to Hepner. Hepner picks up the loose puck, brings it out to center ice, keeps going. Here she comes up the ice along the boards, comes into the corner, looking for the centering pass, turns, shoots off the side of the net. Out to Charlotte. Charlotte's going to fire one down, blocked by their goalie. That was a rocket there by Charlotte. Now Layla pinches along the boards. Puck comes out. Jansky grabs it in the corner, fires one down off the stick of the goalie. Rebounded by Emma. Emma fires one down. Glove saved by their goalie with 12:27 left in the second. Wagner to face off. Puck drops, goes to Emma. Emma backhands one towards the centering pass. Loose puck. Along the boards they go. Madison's going to grab it. Maddie. I don't know if she likes Madison, but puck's loose. Wagner grabs it, sends it out to Jansky. Now out to their point. Point fires one down. Stopped by Peterson. Turns, covers, and we get a whistle with 11:55 left. I bet you Matt wants that kind of here. Their point fires it down, blocked by Peterson. Comes around, takes another shot there, blocked. Now the puck comes out to Jansky. Jansky has it at neutral ice, brings it across, comes into the zone, stops, looks, sends it out to Wagner. Wagner's going to fire one down. Emma's right there to grab it. Jansky plucks it away. And one way grabs it back at neutral ice. As Maddie sends it down into the zone. 11:22 left in the second period. Puck goes down into the corner. Maddie's going to grab it. That one's going to sneak out of the zone as Wagner races back for it. Now to Charlotte. Charlotte up to Jansky. Over to Maddie. Now Euro grabs the puck, and they're going to get offsides called on them, as one of their players was coming off the bench. 10:59 left in this second period. As Sid faces off, Euro comes out with it. Wagner or Hefner trying to get that loose puck. Now here comes Sid. Sid comes up the ice. Here she comes. She's got Ellie off to her side. Passes it to Ellie. Ellie comes up 3-on-2. Shot there. Blocked. Rebounded by Brooke. Deflected. Puck goes in towards the boards. Wagner sends it into Ellie. Ellie uses the boards going around a player. Brooke gets taken out down in front. Puck's loose. And Euro's able to clear it out. Here comes Brooke up the ice trying to get there first. And does. Nice hustle by Brooke. Shot. Stopped. Covered by Peterson with 10:10 remaining in the second. Wagner to face off. Puck goes into the boards. Now back out to their point. Point sends it across over to the other point. Keeps it in the zone, then falls. Wagner comes over, gets it to Layla. Layla gets up the ice, comes up. She's got some room up front, takes a backhand in, blocked by their goalie. Rebounded by Soph. Soph over to Layla. Layla comes up again, takes another shot, blocked by their goalie. Wagner with another stick in there. Puck's going to come back out to Charlotte. And Euro grabs it. Here they come up the ice. Sends one down, stopped by Peterson. Rebounded, shot, blocked by Peterson. Another shot, blocked by Peterson. And that one's going to just finally sneak by, and we got a 1-1 game. Peterson did her job. She stopped the first one and two, and the third one went in. She's got to get the defense to stop her, knock them pucks out of there when they're sitting out in front. As the puck drops, Sid trying to knock that one out of there. Now over to Maddie. Maddie to Sid. Back to Addie. Now up to Emma. Emma taps it down deep into the zone. Over to Emma. Emma turns, fires off the back of Sid. Jansky trying to do a backhand. Has it blocked. Emery, get your stick out of there. Now Emma sends it back down into the corner. Madison steps up, keeps it in the zone. Tries to get it down to Wagner. That would have been good. Madison able to get it again. Fires one down. That's going to go in between. Whew. I thought that was going to go through the 5-hole. Wagner was right there to tap it in if that thing was loose. Wagner to face off. Puck drop. Goes forward. Emma grabs it. Backhands one towards the net. Blocked by their goalie. Martinka with the puck. Comes up, takes a shot. Stopped by Peterson. Rebounded by Wagner. Wagner turns. Sends it across over to Jansky. Give it back to her now. There you go. Oh! Sends it back to Maddie. Maddie from the point fires one down. Tipped by their player. Into the corner goes to Ellie. Ellie to Wagner. She tries to tip one in. Goes towards the boards. Puck out to neutral ice. Now tapped back by Addie. Over to Jansky. Jansky with it now. Fires it over to Maddie. Maddie sends it into Ellie. Ellie fires. Blocked by their goalie. Rebounded. Addie with it now. Neutral ice. Sends it across over to Hefner. Hefner brings it into the zone. Now back to Brooke. Brooke over to Sid. Sid turns. Makes a move. That's in. Oh, that looked like it went in. Oh, that looked like it bounced in and came out. Pipe, inside pipe, bounced back. Watch out for that slippery spot, Charlotte. Hefner gets the face off. As she's pinched along the boards. Layla comes in. Puck sent to the opposite side. As Sid races over for it. Sid comes out with it, gets tangled up there. No call. Comes in, is able to knock that puck again. As the puck's going to come out, back out to Charlotte. Charlotte over to Sid. And we'll reset. Charlotte with it now, uses the board, sends it down deep into the zone. Wagner checks back in. Brooke grabs the puck from back behind the zone, or behind the net. Puck was loose, comes out to Charlotte. Charlotte turns, fires. Goal up saved by their goalie. 6:25 left in the second period. We're getting chances. Knotted up at one. Puck drop. Goes back behind their goalie. Seth getting a stick in on it there. Here comes Euro up the ice. Stopped by Charlotte. And Layla gets in there and knocks that one deep into the zone. Wagner grabs the puck, looking for options. Sends it out to Hefner. Hefner grabbing the puck again. Here she comes, skates up, looks for options. Comes up, backhands one in! Woo! Hefner with the goal. Now Matt gets to go to Starbucks. Sid to face off. Out to Emma. Back to Addie. Now back to Sid. Over to Jansky. And that one gets knocked down into the zone as Addie's going to grab the puck back as she gets pinched. There's a shot there. Stopped by Peterson. Up and in for the rebound. So far, our lead lasted a whole couple of seconds there. And I suppose you guys missed that. Sorry. Haven't hired a camera person yet. .5:15 left. Puck comes out. Emma grabs it. Goes to push it forward. A shot just a bit outside. Rebounded by Maddie. Maddie sends it across over to Sid. Now back to Maddie. Over to Addie. Addie's going to fire from the point. Tip back into the boards. Rebounded by Jansky. Jansky with it now. Backhands one in. Loose puck. Still loose. Trying to push that one in. Puck's loose behind him. Jansky gets it again. Fires. Blocked. Rebounded by Sid. Stopped. Blocked. Sid goes back for it. Emma comes in. Tries to help her out. And we got a stick that's down. Someone lost their stick. Rebounded by Emma. Up to Jansky. Jansky fires. And blocked by their goalie. Woo! I'll give their goalie that one. She had a lot of traffic there. Woo. Wagner to face off. Knotted up at 2 yet. Wagner with it now. Turns, shoots, blocked. Puck out to neutral ice. Addie skates behind Peterson. Redirects. Sends it up to Brooke. Wagner gets in there, turns, sends it down into the zone. And Maddie stepping up, sends it back into Brooke. Brooke has it in the corner. Triple team down her. And Euro comes out with it. Puck comes out to neutral ice. Charlotte steals it away. Turns, redirects, sends it up to Sid. That one's going to get tipped down into the zone. Ooh, it looked like she tipped it. Must not have. So we'll get icing, and we're going to have to go back down to this one. 3:28 remaining in the second. Puck drop. Over to Ellie. Now the race for the puck. They're not. Is that Ellie? Yeah, that's Ellie. Puck out front. Now back over to. Well, it's not Ellie. Brooke along the boards. Now Ellie taps it out. And they're going to call offsides. That was Hepner, not Ellie. Charlotte uses the board, sends it down deep into the zone. Puck comes down around over here to Hepner. Hepner trying to push it in there, has it taken away. And here they come up the ice. Shot blocked by Charlotte. Shot blocked, glove saved by Peterson. 22 minutes, 28 seconds remaining. Well, they do have the shots on goal, 20-21. Puck comes out to their point. Point's going to fire one down, blocked by Peterson. And covered, we get a whistle. 2:13 remaining. Sid to face off. Puck comes out, sends it across over to Charlotte. Now down in is Hefner's going to grab the puck along the boards. Has pinched with 2 Euro players, but she's going to come out with it. Now over to Charlotte. Charlotte sends it back over to Jansky. Jansky over to Emma. Minute 45 remaining in this second period. As the puck's going to come up, Jansky comes out, makes a move, shot right into the goalie's chest. Over to Sid. Sid's going to come in. Come on, Sid, get one. Ah! That one right off the face mask of the goalie. Rebounded by Jansky. Tries for that centering pass. Nobody was home. Emma was set up for it, though. Now the puck comes back to Sid. Sid comes up, fires, blocked. As Hepner along the boards. Emma comes in. Tries to help out. And that one's going to tip. Charlotte will grab it neutral ice. Has a player on her tail. She skates up, goes around one. Nice move. She loses her stick, but is able to keep going with it. Now Emma grabs it over to Wagner. Wagner fires up and over the top of the goalie. Tipped. Comes back here to Hepner. Hepner knocks it back down into the zone as Wagner goes to chase. Now over to Emma. Emma centers it. Stolen away there by a Euro player. Wagner steps up, fires one down to Wagner. Wagner backhands one down, gets her own rebound. Looks for options, sends it to Jansky. Jansky tries to get it into Emma. Now over to Wagner. 6 seconds remaining. Wagner with it now. Comes around the corner. Shoots. Loose puck. And that's going to end the period with a tied up 2-2 game. We'll be back for third period. All right, third period. Here we go. Wagner to face off. Puck drops. Emma back to Addie. Addie across over to Jansky. Jansky to Wagner. Now out to Maddie. Maddie fires one down from the point. Wagner with the puck. Goes for a centering pass. Now taken back by Jansky. Now over to Emma. Emma fires one down. Blocked. Rebounded. Puck's loose. Wagner in there. Gets the puck. Comes back out. Jansky fires and in. Nice passing job there. As One Way takes the lead 3-2 with 14-17 remaining. Jansky comes into the zone, has Emma off to her side, takes a shot, blocked. Bring the camera with. Here comes Euro up the ice. Shoot, glove saved by Peterson. 13:59 left in the game. Sid to face off. That one goes down, shot there, blocked by Peterson. As Charlotte comes out with it. Here she comes up the ice, comes in between two players, makes a move, decides, nope, we're going to redirect it, sends it to the center, now loses it, and here comes EuroAmerica up the ice. Stolen away there by Charlotte. Charlotte pushes the puck forward. Now she's going to turn and knock it down into the zone. Yeah, man, keep leaving. $13.08 left in the game. Wagner to face off. Blocked there by Layla. As Wagner and Layla trying to keep that puck in this end. Stolen away there by Hepner. Hepner brings it in. Or is that Soph? That was Soph, sorry. Not Hepner, that was Sophie. The 5 and the 6 look alike. Shot there, blocked by Peterson. Another one blocked by Peterson and covered. 12:35 left. Wagner to face out. Puck comes back to Maddie. Maddie has it behind Peterson. Sends it back over to Wagner. Wagner up the ice over to Layla. Layla trips over the blue line. As EuroAmerica sends one in. American, sorry. Sid comes in, grabs the puck. There's a shot there, stopped by Addie. Addie tries to send it over. Now down into the corner it goes as Addie grabs the puck. Turns, sends it over to Layla. Layla fires it across over to Soph. As Hepner fires it up to Sid. Sid grabs the puck, goes in between two players, has it plucked away. Charlotte comes in, gets knocked down, and Hepner skates back for the puck, shoots, and stopped by Peterson. Wagner to face off. Puck goes out, stopped by Jansky. Turns, pushes it up the ice. As Emma sends it across over to Emma. Emma comes up, fires it in! Emma with a nice shot there from the top of the key. And we now have a 4-2 game with 11:14 remaining. Wagner to face off. Puck gets pushed forward, goes right down to Peterson. She knocks it over to Charlotte. Charlotte knocks it out of the zone. Up to Brooke. Brooke's going to take off with it here. Here she comes into the zone. Brooke with some open ice. Turns, shoots, blocked, rebounded. Puck comes out to Hefner. Hefner fires one down, has it blocked. And it's going to come back here to Charlotte. Charlotte has it at neutral ice, knocks it over to Brooke. Brooke's going to bring it back in, has it tapped away. Brooke back behind into Wagner. Wagner had it behind the goalie. Has it stolen away. Now back to Hefner. Hefner turns, tries to push it into the zone, gets it, grabs it back, knocks it into the corner. That one's stopped by Wagner. Wagner turns, knocks it back into Ellie. Ellie behind the net, gets a centering pass out to Charlotte. Charlotte tries to fire one down. And that should be icing on EuroAmerican. .10:09 left in the game. Sid to face off. Puck drop. Layla pinches along the boards. Puck goes towards the net. Rebounded by Solf. Tries to get a shot off. Has it deflected. Now Maddie steps up, trying to keep it in the zone, but EuroAmerican gets it back. Puck comes back out here to Martinkia. That one knocked down to Peterson. Peterson knocks it back over to Addie. Addie skates behind Peterson. Now knocks it out to neutral ice. Up to Sid. Sid goes around one player, comes up. Get one, Sid. Takes a shot, tries to get a rebound. Now back out to neutral ice to Maddie. Maddie fires it back over here to Addie. Addie tries to push it up to Layla. And EuroAmerican grabs the puck. Now Sid getting in there, trying to knock that puck away, gets it away, comes up, takes a shot, blocked. One of these has to drop for her. As here comes EuroAmerican up into the zone, blocked there by Maddie. Now Maddie grabs that one, sends it back down. That one's going to twirl. Jansky gets down there for it. Grabs it, turns, redirects. Comes back out. Now fires one down into Wagner. Centering pass comes back to Jansky. Jansky back to Charlotte. Charlotte fires one down. Deflected. Rebounded by Emma. Emma with it now. Turns. Gets it to Jansky. Jansky turns. Fires. Shoots. Blocked by their goalie. Wagner sends it back out to Hefner. Hefner turns. Shoots. Off the side of the net. That one's going to come back around. She stops it. Gets it to Emma. Emma comes out front. Shoots. Gets another one. Emma with her second goal of the game. Second goal of the period. And we now have a 5-2 lead over the EuroAmerican. Wagner to face off. She'll push the puck forward. Battle it out at neutral ice. Wagner will grab it back here. Pushes it up to Emma. Emma across center ice. Has it stolen away. Now Hefner steals it back. Turns, tries to knock it towards the boards to Emma. Now they'll just squish each other into the boards. As Wagner comes in, grabs the puck. She said, I got it. Here we go. Around one player. Now another. Sends it back to Jansky. Jansky's going to fire from the point. Has it blocked. Rebounded. And back out to Ellie, who will send it back down in. 7:17 remaining in the game as Sid comes in with a head of steam and steals the puck away. Sid's trying to get that goal. I'll give it to her. She's working hard for it. Look at this. Puck back to Addie. Addie fires one down. Brooke tries to get the tip in. Puck still loose out front, and now will reset as the puck comes back here to Addie. Now she'll send it down deep into the zone with 6:40 remaining in the game. Maddie fires one down, deflected off of a Euro player. Now they'll pinch into the ref. Ellie comes in and taps it away. She's going to grab the puck. Tries to get a shot off. Has it deflected. Now to Addie. Addie sends it back down and around into the corner. As you can tell, these girls are getting tired now. Back out to Maddie. Maddie from the point tries to fire one down. And EuroAmerica, here they come up the ice. Addie. To Maddie. Here comes Maddie. Into the zone. A lot of back and forth action there as Maddie's able to keep it in the zone. Now it's back out. Layla grabbing the puck along the boards, trying to push it down in. Sid comes out with it. Here she comes again. Gets it taken out. And she tries for the goal, but gets right back up and grabs the puck. Stolen away there by Soph. Soph turns, goes in between a couple players. Now another one. Comes up, tries to get a shot off. Has it deflected. Now Wagner comes in. Steals the puck away. Soph knocks it in the far corner. That one's going to roll on in like a tire. Out to Charlotte. Charlotte keeps it in the zone. Knocks it down to Layla. Now EuroAmerican's going to grab it back over to Layla. Layla looking for options. Has it behind the net to Wagner. Wagner looking for options behind the net. Back over to Layla. She's going to fire one right into the goalie. Stopped. Rebounded by Soph. She takes a shot. Stopped right at the goalie. Rebounded. Now back out to Hefner. Hefner makes a move. Turns. Shoots. And Wagner's right out in front trying to get that rebound. And we'll get offsides. They're going to knock that puck out of there. 4:07 remaining in the game. Sid to face off. Emma with it now. Turns, shoots, and covered by the goalie. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Chansky for the centering pass. Gets it over to Sid. Takes a shot. Blocked. Emma. Now Sid gets the puck back again. Has it out front. Puck still loose. And now we'll get the whistle. 3:41 remaining. Wagner to face off. Back to Maddie. She sends one down on her end. Puck still loose. Wagner trying to get in there. Now we get a whistle. Huh? Jacob's playing the policeman song. Puck's loose. Trying to knock it out of the zone. And they do, out to center ice. Here they come. EuroAmerican takes a shot. Rebounded and in. Gotta hustle back and help her. It's getting some tired girls. Five to 3. 3:12 left in the game as Sid goes to face off. Layla fires it down into the zone. Picked up by Sid. Sid turns, comes out front. Puck gets taken away. Addie able to keep it in there though. EuroAmerican sends it out to neutral ice. Now trying to get it out of there. Maddie races back for it. Goes for another shot there. Blocked by Peterson. Knocked out. Over to Layla. EuroAmerican fires it back down into the zone. Maddie sends it up to Soph. Soph goes to push it forward. And Euro sends it back out to neutral ice. Wagner trying to push it forward. Now back over to, here they come up the ice. They got a 3-on-1. Wagner over to Hepner. Hepner taps it into Jansky. Jansky trying to send it over to Emma. Emma gets the puck back, turns, shoots, blocked by a EuroAmerican. Charlotte gets the rebound, has it in the corner, looking for options, fires it out to Hepner. Minute 27 remaining. Hepner has it in the corner, brings it down into Wagner. Wagner brings it into the mix of players out front. Looking for options, gets it to Jansky. Jansky tries to get a shot off, has it deflected. And the puck's going to go back over to Hepner at the point. She'll knock it down into Jansky. Now that one's going to sneak back out. Minute remaining as Charlotte has it in the back ice here. Sends it across. Now to Emma. There's a little bit of a collision there. .44 seconds remaining. As we take a little break here for an injured player. She'll get skated off as a medic or will attend to her. Yep. All right, let's finish off this last 44.3 seconds remaining. Hopefully she's okay. Puck comes up, is shot there by Sid. Now knocked out of the zone. And we'll get a whistle. Offsides. 32.0 seconds remaining. Puck drop comes back to Addy. Addy knocks it down into the zone. 27 seconds remaining. Puck knocked over to the far corner. Here comes Euro up the ice. Now into the zone. Met by Ellie. 8 seconds remaining. Shot there. Blocked by Peterson. Brooke grabs the puck, pushing it forward, and that's going to end the game with one way taking this one. 5-3 over the EuroAmerican team. And that will end our tournament play. And one-way season